This is the story of my journey across the United States to follow Liverpool band The Wombats on their 2012 US tour. If you haven't already been following the series, you can click here to go back to the first video.
Hi, we're the Wombats. You're watching Out of the Dark.
So I got to Boston on the night of April 23rd, totally exhausted. There was a stopover in Milwaukee. I bought cheese, the best cheese I have ever put into my mouth. Angela and Holly picked me up from the airport and we went to their house in Arlington. The next day was the day of the first show of my stint on the tour, Cambridge. I got up today, I looked up the bus directions and it looked like I had to take the bus. And then I looked at my money situation. I had 50 cents, so I'm gonna walk to the train, which is kind of dumb, but kind of awesome at the same time. I think I'm not going down the right street. Oh well. It's about 35 minutes away, which is fine because I get to be outdoors. I get to see Boston or Arlington or whatever. In McDonald's outside of the Wombats venue. It's 2 p.m. and I'm not supposed to be here till almost 4. I thought I was gonna get really lost. I was looking for places to eat, and I walked out of one because I didn't like the menu, and then I was like, oh, there's McDonald's. I'll just go to McDonald's. So to get here, I have to walk across that street and then across this. And when I walked across the first street, the Wombats were standing there. And I tried not to be awkward a little bit and just, you know, kind of stand and walk by them. But then toward, you know, when you look over at somebody, and then he looked over again because he recognized me from... So now I'm in the McDonald's. Freaking out. Not only am I really early for this show, I've realized that I got the times for the New York show and the Boston show mixed up. So not only am I early, I'm really early. Oh yay, 3:50. No, I have another hour. I didn't end up eating at the McDonald's. I just sat in the McDonald's like an idiot. Turns out I didn't want McDonald's. So I went to eat at the Middle East, which is actually the venue that they're playing in. There's the Middle East right there. There's the tour bus. There's about 10 minutes or 15 minutes left. The guy came out and said, are you meeting up for the sound check? And I'm like, yes. And then he just went back in. So I don't know what that means to me. He didn't look like he was. But no one else looks like that either. Because, as you can see, there's no one. The guy that came out and asked me if I was here for sound check came out again and said, oh, we're going in now. So it turns out he was there for soundcheck. So don't judge a book by its cover, kids, because everybody can like the Wombats, God. So I came in, we got our VIP badges. They look super wicked. They were already in the middle of soundcheck.
Can I have just a tiny bit more towards the keyboard then?
Yep. After the soundcheck, the Wombats came out, they signed posters. I just met the Wombats. And they were so just like, wow, is what I have to say. And Tord, he was like, the last time he saw he was in Vancouver. And I was like, yeah. So he remembered me from Vancouver. They were just like the loveliest people I've ever met in my life. I told them that I'd seen them 6 times before, and I told them what shows I've been to. For the record, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Manchester, London, Cardiff, Vancouver. I got into the show, and the venue was small. The stage was low, and the roof was low. Flagship did this amazing light show. This was the first time that I'd seen Flagship, but I liked them. The Static Jacks are a band that I'd seen before with the Wombats in Vancouver, but they were bringing it as ever. I recognized 2 of their songs. The Wombats played, and I screamed and sang, and it was awesome. Maybe you wanted to hear what the Wombats sounded like right here, but due to YouTube's enforced copyright rules, all you can hear is me speaking. At one point, Murph climbed up onto the amps, like I would assume to jump off, and then he had to crouch because his head didn't quite fit. It was 12:30 and the last train left at midnight. After the show, I kind of hung around for a bit. I was going to have to walk home and I thought I might as well have a charged iPhone. I went out to the back to see if anybody was hanging around. I talked to Tord and Dan for a long time. I asked them both which other show I should go to on this tour because I really enjoyed what I was doing. Dan said Las Vegas because he thought it would be weird because they were playing on a bar. My guy who kept looking out for me, turns out his wife and him were leaving and they offered me a ride home. So they drove me to Holly's house and I slept forever. it would be 2 days before I would see the Wombats at the Webster Hall in New York City, and that's where we're gonna pick up this video series for the next video. Looks like Christmas came early. Christmas came early for me.